Hi friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another paper pumpkin alternative video on my YouTube channel and blog. If you're new to my channel, I want to say hi. This video will share alternative projects to stretch your paper pumpkin supplies. If you don't know what paper pumpkin is, click the link in the description box below and check it out. So come along with me as I attempt to create out of the box. Well, hi folks. Welcome to the paper pumpkin kit for October 2024 called Nests of Christmas. So Stampin' Up has a product called Nests of Winter, and it doesn't have any holiday sentiments, and all of a sudden this paper pumpkin kit does. It has happy holidays, Merry Christmas, joyful thoughts to you this season. I will show you a close-up of the stamp set in a second, but this is the kit. This is how you put it together. Stampin' Up offers, some insight in crafting tools, and some of the tools that I use, like the trimmer and the pokey tool and all the adhesives I use. And one last note is that there is some color suggestions in that instruction booklet, but of course this is the alternative kit, isn't it? So here is the stamp set, and this is all the stuff you get. The kits or the cards were kind of like threefold. So you get this green color, and then you have a shiny color on the inside, shiny green and blue, and that's kind of how this is supposed to go. And you open the card like that, and there is another one like that. And of course, I throw the instructions away and I do what I want. So, of course, I always try to utilize the envelopes. I always bring in a basic white card base. So I'm doing 3 examples for you today. I did want to mention that because this is a video that is going up like a month late, I thought that I would share a PDF that I normally give to my subscribers, but I'm going to hand it out to everybody. The link is in the description box below. You're going to go to my blog and download it there. And this is the last time I'm going to share it publicly. I always do this paper pumpkin alternative tutorial bundle for my subscribers, and I'm very happy and pleased to give them a little extra in case you don't like the videos. All right, so anyway, here, this was the negative piece of one of the cards. I used my hole puncher and I put a ribbon through. And then, as you can tell, I tied a little bow with some twine that I had in my stash. So this is going to look like a Christmas tag. And I didn't show you on my sketchbook, my sketch. I don't know why I didn't film properly. So I am using this card from the kit, and you know what? Look at this. When I fold this card in half, you're going to see a white stripe. And oh my gosh, did that ever drive me nuts? I'm like, is that straight? Yes. Oh, and now I have this white stripe. I'm going to show you how I fix that at the end here. So I put dimensional adhesive on the back of that tag, and I adhered it with dimensionals from the kit, and I adhered it cattywampus, and then I just used some dry adhesive that is Seal Plus. It's my favorite. We have a love-hate relationship with that. So I always say that because I love the adhesive. It's very sticky, and sometimes it drives me nuts because I can't actually get it out of the container. So it's a love-hate relationship. I do love it though. Nice and strong adhesive. I don't like things falling apart on me. Then I put this cardinal. Did you know in BC we don't really have cardinals, or I've never seen one? So I think it is kind of like a Eastern, or maybe could be American. But yeah, we don't, I have never seen a cardinal in BC. Anyway, that is shaded spruce, and I stamped the word Christmas and Merry just above the Christmas. So for those of you who are purists and don't like happy holidays, you're going to love this stamp set. And that's just put on with a little bit of dry adhesive. And then here's my little fix. I have some cardstock that has adhesive sheet on the back of it, and I just have like a little box full of it. And look at me here. I ended up taking a little strip of the black cardstock. I just trimmed off a little bit, and then now I am going to use my take your pick tool, which also can be called a pokey tool, and I'm removing the release paper, and this is just a thin slice. And this is what I really like about our trimmer, is that we can cut very slender pieces of card. Anyway, I'm putting that and just covering that white strip because it drove me crazy. And now it's better disguised. You can still see that it's a black strip, but it matches much better. Oh my gosh. I'm not speaking very well today. All right, so I'm just going to trim off that little excess. I don't care that the card is hanging off, or the bushes or whatever are hanging off the card. That is my first card for the Ness of Christmas, October 2024 paper pumpkin kit. And it features that really nice paper that looks like snow. And for the second card, here's my sketchbook, and it is nice because I can kind of like envision. I look at the instruction sheet, I look at the papers that I got, and then I try to remember the sketches that I've seen before in the past, or Stampin' Up is now including some of these sketches in our catalogs, which give us ideas. So tried and true, I've used this particular technique before, just ripped paper. So the thing is that this is white core paper, so I'm able to rip it and get that white showing. So this was a card, like an actual card stock from the kit. This was, I think, a negative piece. I'm not 100% sure. And I am trying to I'm trying to figure it out. Which way am I going to get that white card showing? And I'm going to have varying levels of ripped paper. So that's the way to go. And then I have another card from the kit, and I'm just using that. So again, I did mention that I get most of my color inspiration from the actual kit itself, because it says on there what colors they will use. So with this card, I decided I was going to use my spritzing technique, and I used two different pens, or markers, I should say, Stampin' Right markers. And here I'm looking. So I found Daffodil Delight and Granny Apple Green in this, the color suggestions. So here is, did I say Daffodil Delight? So I'm spritzing. So I'm taking that nib of my marker and flicking it in the cap. And it's quite firmly, I'm doing that. And I let it dry for a sec, and then I move on with my decoration. So this is the first card that I'm going to adhere down. And let's see, I want it about 2.5 inches on that top right corner. That is about a third. So I'm using the thirds, the rule of thirds there. And yeah, about 2.25 inches from the bottom. And then I'm just going to layer these ripped strips of paper. So, and like I said before in some of the other videos that I've been producing here, even if you don't have paper pumpkin, you can use this technique with using any kind of pattern paper. any kind of pens, any colors you got, like it doesn't matter. It's just being creative, right? Like let's get it going, get into your craft room. If you have those paper pumpkin boxes lining up, you guys, like pull them out and let's craft together. Let's get it done. All right, so you can see these 3 different colors. The nice white core is showing, and I'm just cutting off the excess. These scissors used to be sold by Stampin' Up. Sadly, they're not sold anymore. I put the 2 birdies together. These die cuts were from the kit, so I didn't really have to stamp too much other than the sentiment. I did put dimensional adhesive behind the little birdies. These birdies are kind of cute, actually. I'm not really fond of birds. Like, I like birds and trees, but I don't necessarily like crafting with birds. Like, they're not something that I'm like drawn to. I'd rather go with flowers, to be honest. But these ones are kind of cute. All right, so that is the card number 2. All right, moving right along, we have card number 3 to go. So I'm doing a card sketch, and it's kind of funny, like how I end up sort of creating this sketch, and then it's fun for me to look back at this and go, well, that's not how that turned out. That's kind of, it's funny. You have it in your head, what you kind of want to do. And it's a loose, it's like a diving board. You're just sort of jumping off. And then, so those X's there are supposed to be branches. I'm not a good artist, really. Look at my stupid bird. It kind of, it doesn't look like anything. But to me, I know what's going on. And I do apologize for my lack of, I wasn't really even trying. But okay, so this is what I did. I trimmed out the birdie in this particular die cut, and eventually I will scissor cut or fussy cut, sorry, the branches as well. But I have, you know, that piece of cardstock that I used for the last ripping technique. So I'm just going to use that. And I'm going to adhere that to 1/2 of or 2/3 of my card. Again, using the rule of thirds. So if you don't know what the rule of thirds is, you can, it's a photography thing and you can look it up. But basically it says if you do things in thirds, it's much more pleasing to the eye. So you will see, say, a lake, and then there's mountains, and then there's sky. Though that's a rule of thirds, and if they're decently equal, it makes the picture look better. Anyway, so I kind of use that same technique in my card making. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. But if you don't, I would say Google it and, you know, take a little deep dive into some ways that you can enhance your card making skills. Look up the rule of thirds. I'm sure Google has a better way of explaining it than I do. Okay, so I ended up stamping Happy Holidays. Sorry for you purists that like the Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays to me is just fine. I put dry adhesive on the back of this, and then I'm just wanting to situate the twigs and branches. And as you can see, this was my first iteration, and it didn't work. And I thought I would keep this in so that you know that, you know, I don't always have everything going on. Like this, I will move this around until it looks good to me. So that's another thing when you're card making. I feel like sometimes it's nice to go with your gut. So if it feels like you're trying too hard, or if it just doesn't, it seems like you're just trying to force it, that means that it's probably not appealing to you. So I always say, as you are a crafter, you're the one who is creating this. So you use your gut, and when you find something, the placement that you find works for you, then use it. If you find that you're forcing it, I'm pretty sure that it's not going to look perfect. But then again, you know, we got to go through that. All right, so I'm putting this on the bottom third. And you can see I like the way the twigs and branches are. And even my little Tweety bird here, I am putting on dimensional adhesive and adhering him, her, them, they to the card. I am zhuzhing up my cards with some embellishments. So these embellishments are called Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Backed Berries. The number is 164119. I did not check before I filmed this if these were available or not. Who knows if they are? They're probably not. Whoopie ding. If you have the rhinestones, you can color them with red and put them in like little 3 berries. They did not come with the kit. So I'm just using up some of my stash. And since this video is late anyway, you know, I'm just going to say, forgive me. So I always like to ask you guys close to the end, which one was your favorite, the first, second, or third? And yeah, I always like to try to generate some kind of, you know, repertoire between you and I. I will always answer all of your questions and comments and even criticisms. Anyway, that is my cards for today. I have one more month ahead. That is for November 2024. I will finish that before the end of the month. So thank you so much for watching, thumbs upping, subscribing, all the YouTubey things. I very much appreciate you, and bye for now.